Hey, with Don Jr., Scottsdale, Arizona, we'll just ask a couple of Second Amendment questions.
Yeah.
And you know how these Maricopa County and Arizona voters in general are. Now, when I think about the specific race here of McSally and Mark Kelly, seems to me we're looking at freedom versus control, socialism as far as guns go. But how do you word it? What do you say?
Oh, listen, I think it's freedom versus tyranny. I mean, Mark Kelly, they use him as camouflage. It's like Joe Biden. He's camouflaged to bring in the radical left agenda. You saw Joe Biden's plans for the Second Amendment. You say what he's been saying. He wants to tax magazines. There's going to be a voluntary buyback. Yesterday, he upped the ante. He said he's just going to get rid of your AR-15s. These are not moderate positions on it. Just like you're not a moderate on the Second Amendment if Beto O'Rourke is going to be your gun czar. Hell yeah, I'm going to take your AR-15 O'Rourke. That's not a moderate position. The left is doing the same thing here in Arizona with Mark Kelly. They're trying to pretend he's a moderate guy. He's beholden to China. He's on their payroll. He's taking the Chinese flag into space. I mean, I can't even think of anything, frankly, less patriotic than that. You're boosting another country, I guess, because like Joe Biden, he wants to be on the payroll. I guess they pay a lot better than working hard in America. It's absolutely disgusting. And you see his policies. You say, well, I can't talk about my actual policies on the Second Amendment because I got to run as a moderate. These are wolves in sheep's clothing. And you better wake up to it because it's very scary. They will take those things away. And once they go, you don't get them back. We have enough problems with that in the Second Amendment. You have people at the ATF that are liberals that are doing whatever they can to create problems, whether it's the pistol brace issue or all of these things. Magically, that pops up a month before an election. You have so many people embedded in government fighting on these things. Don't let them get into the Senate.
And well, that's a broader issue that you got on the pistol brace issue. I don't want to sidetrack on it, but what it means, this issue is important for Arizona, but for all of our country, because the Second Amendment is at stake. That's my final question. Is that accurate?
100%.
To say the Second Amendment's at stake?
Well, the Second Amendment's at stake. With the Democrats, it's always at stake, right? I mean, they take an inch, the next day they come back to get the mile. That's their plan. I mean, they're not stopping it. Oh, it's just AR-15. Then they're going to go out there. Pretty soon, your single shot's going to be gone. I mean, that's what they would like. If they had their dream list, they would do that, and they're going to chip away at that very slowly. But it's not just the Second Amendment that's at stake at this election. I mean, think about it. I mean, with the suppression that they've had of conservative voices, covering up the Biden corruption that he's bought and paid for by what now? Russia, China, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, not exactly what we call reputable regimes.
Right.
They're covering that up and allowing maybe a guy that could be compromised by those corrupt nations to become president of the United States. They're okay with that. It's not just the Second Amendment that's at stake, it's the First Amendment that's at stake. So we all better wake up, because once that goes, again, you don't get it back. But what we have it's almost insurmountable odds. I mean, we're up against $1 trillion big tech platforms, multi-billion-dollar mainstream media platforms, all just functioning as pure advocates for the far left and for the radical left. And that's the Joe Biden. They're bringing in Kamala Harris. That's their goal. They're bringing in Beto. They're bringing in Bernie. They're bringing in AOC. And your freedoms and everything is on the line this election. So don't let apathy win. Get out there and vote and bring your friends.